With this pandemic and lockdown, we've been through a crisis like never before. The past 6 months are going to become talk points for the rest of our future. And if you have the good fortune of having grandparents, you know how they get stuck on one incident for years to come. I think this lockdown is going to be that incident in our lives. And while the lockdown is lifting in a lot of cities and countries, and especially in India, there is a segment of people that are still impacted and affected by it, and their future and life will never be the same. That is children and students. The new directives that I hear are that for 2021, all studies will be online until, they find a solution for the virus and ensure the safety and well-being for everybody. And we have seen in the past 6 months how technology, although has been a savior, has also been a great deterrent, especially for students, especially for children. In fact, they are the ones who have been worst hit. Of course, the economy has crashed, but these kids are our future. They are the next generation who are going to take the world forward from wherever we do the handover. And therefore, their social skills, communication skills, people skills have been greatly and adversely affected. And while technology has kept them in tune with their studies, there is an education beyond books, and that is how to handle life, how to communicate, how to handle people, and how to be out there in the world so that you have confidence, clarity, and exceptional leadership skills. And the preparation starts now at the early age. Let's use this lockdown, let's use this crisis to our advantage. While of course social skills are hit, but we can invest, we can make a conscious effort in taking our children's communication level to another level, and especially language and especially expression. And now with children being home and the parents being busy, there's a lot of introversions and everybody is occupied in their own devices, because apparently if you want to communicate with the world, it is through a mobile phone or a laptop. But this can be used to our advantage by enhancing the language skills, especially spoken English of the children. See, the language of the internet today is English, and no matter what, of course the lockdown will open and of course we will be in a free world again, but this crisis has taught us that the world has come together and opened up horizons. Your children now are better equipped to study abroad, perhaps online, and also be prepared that they would have global career opportunities. Even if your child never goes abroad to study or never works in another country, today the way technology is set up, all the worldwide courses will be in your home, on your laptop. That today the entire world is coming together. We have companies from foreign lands coming into India, and therefore understanding that English as a language will become a trump card for your children, especially spoken language. See, we all can read and write, but speaking, that accent, that expression, that clarity, that is what makes a distinguishing factor. And today, no matter how many degrees you have, but if you don't have good communication skills, I think it all goes on a back step. And good communication skills are enhanced with good language skills, spoken language, accent. Do you know how many people feel inferior just because they can't pronounce words well, just because the spoken English or spoken language is not good enough? Therefore, there is a lot of confidence that builds at the foundation just by speaking well. And I'm going to introduce to you Cambly Kids. I've made a lot of videos on Cambly for adults and for kids, because people keep asking me repeatedly that how can I enhance my English? How can I enhance my English speaking skills? They ask me for advice. Well, I wish I could teach. I wish I had that kind of time, because teaching is fun. But I have found Cambly as a platform to be holistic, and it delivers results. See, it's not a bot, it's not a robot, it's not a machine learning, which your children are doing any which ways. Of course, during the classrooms, there are teachers on the other end that make such a big impact, right? Now, imagine if they just had to read online or to watch some videos online. That wouldn't make for a good education system. Similarly, Cambly also has tutors, and you can look up on the internet the greatest feedback parents are giving is that the tutors are friendly, they are supportive, they are encouraging, and the kids are loving having a conversation. It's almost like talking to a friend who's also helping you grow and helping you get better. So when they do get off the program and have a chat in real life, they feel so much more confident. And the teachers, they allow for expression, they talk at their level, they talk their language and thereby enhancing it. And the correction, the corrective measures are respectful and encouraging, so they don't feel, oh, I did not speak well or I mispronounced that. It's so amicable and fun that the kids look forward to that conversation. And the best part about the app is that there is a person on the other end, and all of these tutors are very well qualified. They're professors, they're teachers, they're people who have distinguished qualification in English language. And you can also choose what kind of accent do you want your child to become proficient in. You can choose tutors who are from UK, US, Australia, so they help build that accent. Like, people often ask me, did you study in the US? Because they find my accent to be non-Indian. I take that as a compliment. Well, I never studied in the US, but I used to learn French, and my French tutor was from France, and we used to enjoy the class so much that we also used to attend the art class by the teacher, and that's where I picked up the accent. And then guess what? It stayed with me for about 20-30 years. I don't know, when I was in school. So that's the beauty of it. Language, once you pick it up, it's like riding a bicycle. It stays on with you. And the older you grow, it's tougher to grasp then. They say language is best learned when you are a child, and correct spoken language will add 5 stars in your communication. And that for me is a very high confidence building point. I keep stressing on confidence, because if there is no confidence, there is no future, there is no career, there is no growth, there is no progress. So whatever that will buy me confidence, even if it is excellent communication skills, I will go get it. Because talent and skill on one side, if confidence is missing, then everything is doomed. Parents are already struggling with their jobs, their future is insecure, everybody is in high levels of stress. And if there is something that you can do for your kids to ensure that they have meaningful connection, interaction, and also learn something which is as solid as exceptional English speaking skills, I think that is the skill set that will set up your child for life, no matter which direction or profession that they choose later. And Cambly for Kids promises just that. I believe that these are tough times, and tough times also call for tough measures. They call for building greater strength. If we have been in trouble one time, we should not be in this trouble again. And therefore, adding as many skills for life that we can is the need of the hour. Yes, it's great to enroll your children in hobbies and extracurricular activities which may or may not stick into the future. But spoken English, language skills, these are skills for life. These are skills you see missing in the office. These are skills that you see that people who have mastery in have gone forward in life. Allow your children that chance. Cambly for Kids is that tool to make your life easier. Get your kids on it and then have conversations with them. And if you're greatly inspired by their progress, hey, why don't you get on to Cambly and brush up on your English speaking skills as well. I think all of us can use an enhancement. I was thinking I will use Cambly and learn from an Australian tutor. It would be nice to master that language, because when you go to Australia, sometimes it's a tad difficult to understand their accent and language. Well, that would be a skill added. Like, I used this lockdown to learn to play the guitar. I started to paint, and while these are hobbies that may or may not help me further professionally, you may never know about it if I didn't tell you in this video. But great spoken English is something that I learned and consciously invested in when I was a student, and I still get compliments for that 30 odd years later. I personally believe that crisis becomes a boon when we use it for skill enhancement. If you have not done so now, get on it now and take your children along with it. I have the link for Cambly Kids below, and let's get cracking with some new tools and skills for us and for our children to make the future secure and brighter. I really hope this helped. I will see you again next week. And hey, if you want me to make a video on a special topic, do write to me. I'd be happy to help. All right then, bye-bye.